Right. I'm just going to read some of you guys' comments. Thank you so much for your feedback, even if it's an opinion that opposes mine. I'm just grateful you guys watched the video or liked it or disliked it or whatever. So, yeah, let's get started. Homie, he was criticized. Constructive criticism, not harassed. He's the one that escalated it into blocks and playing victim. Being criticized isn't harassment. Words aren't violence. You people are sick. Rightio then, mate. I never once stated that I think words are violence or whatever. And what do you mean by you people? I don't understand. You mean New Zealanders? I don't know. I don't understand what you mean. So constructive criticism. Yeah, that's fine. That's all well and good. We all like a little bit of constructive criticism, don't we? So, speaking of which, how could we word that comment that you just made a little bit better? The grammar seems to be okay. Oh, except for there is a lowercase h after the period after you wrote harassed. In fact, the first letter of the beginning of each sentence is not capital. That is incorrect grammar, sir. So, if you could just, take on that little bit of constructive criticism, I'm sure it'll make all the difference. In all seriousness, though, you voicing your constructive criticism to Yong isn't going to make a shit all of a difference because he has no leverage at the company of Sega. So, yeah. Nah, all's fair. Talk shit and act arrogant at the top of it. Get hit. Also, for someone who built his brand on critiquing others, blocking is the ultimate bitch move. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that because, like, if you're constantly being bombarded by douchebags day in, day out with the same thing, I'm pretty sure you would block them as well. If you're constantly getting, like, notifications of just hearing the same shit, it's not really about the abuse because it's like, someone on the internet insulting you isn't really a big fucking deal, like calling you names or whatever. But, like, it's like, I guess you just get tired of hearing it because it's literally the same fucking thing again and again and again. It's like you're preaching to this guy who, like I said, has no leverage over what the company's decisions are, but you seem for some reason to think that you are more equipped to like hire somebody that's better than this person, or it's sort of like how arrogant and egotistical do you have to be to really get to that point? I mean, yeah, you just don't like the voice actor. That's fine. Okay, you said your piece. That's all right. But to the point where you're literally, for you to even find this video, my channel's not big at all. For you to even find this video to jump on and talk shit and click the dislike and stuff, which I don't really give a shit about. In all honesty, I don't get monetized for what I do. I never will, and I just do this for fun. Um, and for you to go to that extreme, you're obviously just waiting to jump on something. So, and I find it hilarious. I make one video positively saying I am happy for YongYea that he got landed the role of voicing Kiryu, and everyone just jumped all over it and got all fucking shitty because of my opinion. Again, what makes your opinion more valid than mine? You obviously think it is. There's a big difference between saying I prefer this voice actor over this one to constantly bullying this guy, going into his social media, like going into every video of his and just disliking it, or spouting comments of how much you don't like him and shit like that. Like it's just petty and stupid. Honestly, dude, get a fucking hobby. And if that is your hobby, then well, what more can I say? It is really tiresome. I mean, no hate on Yong Yea. I do agree with some people. He sounds young, but like, come on. With so much negativity, it's hard to have fun. Yeah, exactly. Like that's more or less what I'm getting at. Like you're obviously allowed to disapprove something. I'm not here to tell you what to do. All I literally did was make a video saying that I'm happy for Yong Yea. I wasn't saying that you can't disapprove of his voice acting. I just said I personally think it's good and there's nothing wrong with his voice acting. And I also said that I don't understand why people are pretty much harassing him about it. Because they were. And that's why he blocked them. As if he's gonna fucking sit there and take that. Who the hell would? I know these people that are complaining wouldn't. I just saw this on Twitter and I'm glad that you are happy for YongYea. I'm sure everyone has their reason about him voicing as Kiryu, but Harassing like that is never the answer. It is heartwarming that there are still supporters and still are happy for him. Yeah, well, it seems as though people can't take a positive video about another YouTuber, especially. I mean, like they've probably got their reasons for not liking him. Sure, that's fine. I'm not saying everyone has to like what I like, or yeah. All that video was me saying that I like the voice acting and that I'm happy for Yong. So that's all I said. And it's like people just can't take that positivity for some reason. It's like the internet's just got this thing that for some reason you can't say something nice. It's like everyone wants to be the AVGN critic of fucking everything, you know. No disrespect to James Rolfe, of course. That character's hilarious, but I'm just getting at people just want to rant about everything now. It's like you can't make a video that's just positive without people trying to look for something negative about it, and that's kind of a fucked up mindset. I don't know, like I'm not saying everything has to be all flowers and roses. You can still disapprove of things, but it's like there are tactful ways of doing that that aren't fucking immature to the point of just like constantly saying the same shit about somebody again and again of every opportunity you get, like clicking on literally every video about that person just to voice your disapproval of them, going onto their social media and harassing them or on their YouTube channel. That sort of shit I don't approve of, and that's where it stops becoming an opinion and becomes harassment. Not to mention, it's fucking childish because you're not going to achieve shit, okay? Yong doesn't give a fuck. Sega doesn't give a fuck. So where does that leave you? And they don't care much about this video or the last one either, and, why would they? They want to stay clear from drama and bullshit, and that's fair enough. I do too, usually, but I just get tired of seeing, like, negative shit about this guy, like, really knocking him down. It's like, when did we get so fucking petty, you know? I don't really know about the drama, but people get picky about things. Hopefully the voice actor doesn't take it to heart. Yeah, well, consider yourself blessed that you don't know anything about the drama, because I didn't really know the extent of it either, in all honesty, until I posted a positive video about the guy. Um, but yeah, I still stick to my guns. I think that Yong is a great voice actor, and he plays the part of Kiryu really well. That's just my opinion. But yeah, people are going to disapprove with that, and that's fine. I don't mind. But yeah, I think the voice actor, I'm pretty sure he's just like tired of the same repetitive comments on his notifications, just saying that people don't approve of his voice. So I mean, of course, him blocking people again, I understand it because you get sick of hearing the same shit again and again and again. It was definitely a rough performance from him, but I personally don't blame Yong Yea for the voice acting work, because just feel that it was a big miscalculating on Sega's end. Yeah, that's a fair enough statement. I disagree, but sure. He has done some decent work in his role of. Sorry, I can't pronounce this properly. Is it Pooksy in JoJo's? But he can't really do a convincing Kiryu when he needs to play a man who is in his mid 50s with that gruff voice that Kiryu is known for. I still don't understand why they didn't keep Daryl Kurillo around to do the English voice acting for Kiryu, especially since he got a good reception in a game that people were going to be more critical of the dub over. It seems like a lot of people also don't really understand it either and have just assumed that they give it to Yong because he is a big YouTuber and can give them free marketing. While I personally don't believe this to be true, Yong doesn't really do much to clear it up with the things that he does. Like how he says he earned his role and was blocking anyone who was talking negatively about the dub, which was just stoking the fires more. The only good thing that I would say he did with his PR is that he chose to stop talking and disengage when people started calling him out over being upset about the way that Chris Pratt portrayed Mario before doing the same thing with Kiryu. When I saw that people were bringing that up, I genuinely thought he was going to address it, which put him in an unwinnable situation. So I am genuinely happy for his sake that he didn't reply to that, though I hope that any future controversies online like this again he would just ignore and let blow over. The harassment that he got was just pathetic to see, though. Getting that pressed over someone recording some lines in a game that they will either not play or not hear makes them come out looking the worst by default. I have no problems with criticizing him or his performance, but going onto his Twitter to troll him over him being put into a role he can't really do is one of the biggest own goals that you can score on yourself on the internet. Well, I mean, I disagree with you there about him not being able to do a role. Like, personally, I think it's fine, but, again, but I will agree with you that, criticizing is fine. It doesn't need to be harassment, though. That's kind of where I'm going with this, too. Like, I think we're pretty much on the same page there. Honestly, it looks like every side came out of this looking worse. Sega got the casting wrong and made their game a worse experience in the English dub. Yong responded to the backlash wrong and heated up the controversy for no real benefit, and the people who harassed him came out looking like a bunch of dickheads. Yeah, well, again, I disagree about Yong being not right for the position. Like, I honestly don't see a problem with it. But yeah, that's a fair statement. Fair statement. I play in Japanese, so I don't care. But for those that prefer to play in English, they have every right to express their displeasure with the change. The previous English voice actor was a much better fit, more masculine voice for Kiryu. The perception is that they switched him out for political reasons. Can't have a white actor playing a Japanese character, or because they thought casting a popular YouTuber would help market the game. Well, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what the reasons are for this guy not being able to return to voice act for this. I mean, it could be either one of those things. It could also be a third option that he just had other jobs that he was doing. So, a lot of actors, voice actors, or even actors turn down roles uh, because they're just swamped. They've got enough work. They've got a steady series of things they're doing, and yeah, they don't need that extra work, or maybe they just want to move on from that character. So yeah, that's just all pure speculation at this point. And finally, for the love of God, someone that knows how to go through the options menu and change the language from English to Japanese. It's not that the performance was bad, which it is apparently. It's not even like an opinion thing, it's objectively bad. Okay, well, that is an opinion thing. That is down to your opinion. There are people out there that dislike it, and there are people out there that like it. It's the fact that any and all criticism Young received, he just brushed off and was like, oh, people are just racist trolls. As for the racist thing, well, fuck, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't receive what messages he got. He probably did get some people that said some racist shit just to be like an edgelord. But it's I feel like the term racist or racism or whatever that just gets thrown out like it's fucking candy these days anyway. So I mean, who knows? But you know, it's really down to his own personal reasons why he decided to block these people. And in all honesty, if I kept getting the same comments again and again, just like saying shit like personal attacks and stuff, not just concerns like about the character, but actual personal attacks, then I'm sure he'd have his reasons why he'd block people. It wouldn't just be, oh, because you said one thing that was like, oh, I like this voice actor or whatever, or, even if, like, why are you going onto his page and saying shit like that anyway? Like, it just sort of like, it's dumb. Like, it's really dumb and a waste of time. If I don't like someone, here's what I do. I don't go on their page. I don't like their videos. I don't subscribe to their content. I don't fucking thumbs them up. I don't share them. I don't even comment. The most I've done is probably just make videos for my channel about whatever the topic may be or the person that I'm talking about. But yeah, that's just what I do. Not saying everyone has to do what I do. I'm just saying be fucking mature about it. Handle your own shit, alright? People just genuinely seem to be upset with the voice that Yong Yea provides with Kiryu. I agree that it's more about the man himself, but it started with his voice acting. He can't really portray the old man that Kiryu has become to a point where people are satisfied. You might think attacking him is just really petty, but the way he receives his criticism is so abnormal. He blocks anyone who says anything negative, constructive or not. He's constantly saying he earned this role. but playing Kiryu is something that should be fought for, as you're playing an extremely popular and beloved character who's changed people's lives, mine included, and has been around since 2005, and for most people his voice just doesn't work for it. In my eyes, he could have just said something like, I tried, and if you guys don't like it, that's fine. Then people could go after Sega for a recast. Okay, first of all, right, this character might be beloved to you. That's fine. You might have had a lot of experience playing as this character and you're really attached to it. That's cool too. But at the end of the day, it is Sega's decision who they hire to voice their own characters. Alright? It's not your decision. It's not my decision. And as if Sega are going to listen to people that are constantly spamming on, and I'm not saying you're one of them, I'm just saying there are people out there that are doing this, and they make it hard for people like you that do disapprove of it and would like a change. Saying there are people out there that are doing this. They're filling Yong's inbox full of uh, criticisms, should we say, even though it's not really. It stops being criticisms when you are constantly harassing somebody with your opinion, going on every video or going on every post of theirs or privately messaging them or doing all of the above. Not saying, again, not saying you are doing that. I'm saying there are people doing that. And so don't take it personally when I say there's a difference between criticism and harassment, right? Sega is not going to lose a bunch of money because you decided you don't like the voice actor of one of the characters and they have to recast them. Okay, they're not going to do that. That would be a really dumb business decision. Alright? So, anyone out there that thinks they have the power to do that, they're just fucking kidding themselves. Alright, welcome to life. Sometimes your favorite characters get replaced or they get rewritten in a different way or they have different voice actors. Okay, this is just a part of life. It's happened with me. People that are just growing up now and realizing that it's happening to them. It's like this happened with all my characters from Cartoon Network. All my video game characters have kind of like gone in a different direction from when I first originally played them. And this is just what happens. Art changes, it evolves, and it's not always what you approve it to be. It doesn't mean that the previous character never existed. You can still go back to that. I find myself going back to a lot of old TV shows because that kind of stuff it really resonates with me more than modern day shit. Honestly, watch movies from the 1970s and stuff like that, or TV shows, and they're fantastic. But yeah, compared to today's stuff, I'm not so much of a fan. But what I'm getting at here is, things change. You don't have to like the change. None of us have a say over the changes either. It's just a fact of life. I'm sorry, but it is. At the end of the day, Yong is voicing Kiryu, and it is Sega's decision. End of story. You can choose to do one of two things. You can bitch and moan and go nowhere with it because life moves on around you, or you can move the fuck on and or appreciate the older games. That's basically it. It doesn't have to be all negative, right? I'm not someone that's like always about sunshine, rainbows, and all that crap either. I'm far from that. That have been a long time subscriber to this channel will know that. But yeah, I just feel like there's no sense in stewing over something that you can't change. He had his chance, and at the moment, right now, it seems like he barely put 50% effort into the voice. Well, that's speculation, isn't it? And although I talk negatively about him like this, you're right that we can just swap over to the Japanese voices, but it's more about us wanting Kiryu to be done justice with his English voice, not that we're all going to play in English. The whole reason there is an English dub is because Sega wants more people to try out the games, and to us long-time fans, Kiryu's English voice needs to make a good first impression. Since the series is known for its phenomenal voice acting, it's just like that I said. It feels like he only put half as much effort in compared to what he should have. I honestly did not get that vibe. And I know I'm not alone on this. There's people that are like, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, Kiryu's old, but he's not that old. What do you want him to be like? Is it time for bingo and a nap yet? You took my last sushi roll. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch. Also, the karaoke, what the fuck? Yeah, well, that shit's pretty wacky, but like, that's just the Yakuza games. It's like, expect the unexpected, you know? The game's not meant to be like a Japanese fucking documentary of like every piece of their culture. It's gonna have some goofy shit in there. It's there for entertainment purposes. So just roll with it. I feel like people's biggest criticism was that he was critical of not only Chris Pratt being cast as Mario, but also Nintendo's decision to cast Chris Pratt rather than Charles Martinet. It's really just poetic justice at the end of the day, and Chris Pratt's performance is way better than what Yong Yea did. His performance is truly awful. The karaoke is the worst part, but the rest is distractingly flat and forced. Okay, well, again, you're entitled to your opinion, but I mean, what's this shit about Chris Pratt? Like, I mean, I know that he had his disapproval for that, but you know what? I liked Chris Pratt's voice in Mario, and I will continue to like Chris Pratt's voice in Mario. But I mean, what does one man's opinion matter? Like, he even says at the end of his video sometimes, "Well, that's just one man's take," you know? And it literally is just one man's take, and you don't have to agree with it, but you also don't have to be a dick and like constantly harass them all the time either. So yeah, that's not just an opinion. Then it's not just constructive criticism, as someone else put it. That is harassment. Again, I'm not accusing you of any of that. I'm just saying people out there are doing this, and it sounds like they got a beef with him more than just the voice. It's like him personally, and that's just fucking lame. He did a good job. If you don't like his performance, you are most likely a racist. Well, I don't know about that, buddy. Like, it's a little bit too hasty to kind of jump to that conclusion. I don't think most people are racist that don't approve of the voice acting. I think there are people that just genuinely do not prefer his voice acting over the last guy that did it from these comments, and they're fine to express that. But where I have the problem is where it's becoming borderline harassment because they are constantly going onto his social media platforms and harassing him about stuff when at the end of the day he has no leverage. He doesn't make the ultimate choices for Sega, and much like this video, it's a waste of fucking time because no one's going to change their decisions. Obviously, what I'm saying isn't going to change people's decisions that didn't like the voice. And the people that disapprove of Yong Yea, Sega is not going to change their decision on hiring him to voice Kiryu. So it's just a fact of life. I'm sorry. But yeah, as for being racist, I don't think that's the case. I mean, granted, there probably are some people out there that are, but you know that's sad. It's a thing, but you know, like much like this scenario, is calling them out or saying racist really going to change their point of view or their mindset? I mean, there's a lot of people out there that probably just genuinely hate New Zealanders, and that's fine. It's yeah, I'm never going to be able to change their mind. And as soon as I open my mouth to try and speak out about it, they'll be like, "No, hate you." They don't really care. So I don't know. I feel like we throw around the word racist too much in today's culture. It's kind of losing all meaning. Bigot is another one. I feel like I haven't heard that for a while actually. So yeah, by all means, you all can feel free to call me a bigot or a racist or whatever. I've heard it all. Honestly, I've been called a left wing libtard, and I've also been called a far right Nazi conspiracy theorist or something like that. So I really don't know where the fuck I fit in, guys. Can you help me out? I'm thinking I kind of fit somewhere in the middle. That there are a lot of people that say that but then they kind of lean one way or another. I don't know. I just feel like using the terms left and right is just another way of dividing us. And I think it's just a really stupid way to measure things. It's like, oh, this person's left, oh, this person's right, or this person's black, this person's white, this person's a woman, this person's a man, this person's trans, this person's gay. Or one of the late bloomers was, this person's old, this person's young. And it's like, fuck's sake, there's just so much division. It's just ridiculous. Are we really gonna better things by just throwing words around like racist or bigot or Nazi or, you know, all that shit? I truly believe that people genuinely think that they're doing the right thing in life, even if it's something I don't agree with. And that includes this. And I just really appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. And even if you disliked it, I don't care. Like I said, I don't make money off this, I just do it for fun. And yeah, I know you probably don't agree with my opinions, but we can agree to disagree and not have a big childish fit about it or start name calling or throwing all of our toys out of the pram, alright? It's called being an adult. It is a great power, but it also comes with great responsibility. And of course, great discipline. And I'm talking self discipline, which can be hard to do. I mean, I struggle with it. I know that other people struggle with it. It's not easy by any means. Life throws a curly one at you, and you gotta sort of not be ruled by your emotions and not just freak out and be like, "Ugh, you're this, that, and the other." Or it's really not going to move us anywhere if we're just constantly fighting and constantly name calling. The thing that is bad with Yong Yea's voice acting as Kiryu is that he never takes any criticism and immediately blocks someone when he receives criticism on Kiryu. Well, as I said earlier, fuck, I feel like I keep repeating myself, probably because I am. He probably has his inbox bombarded with people. You say you don't like his voice, right? Then everyone that doesn't like his voice posts the same message again and again and again. Of course, that's going to get very tiresome very quickly. All the dude did was audition for a voice acting role, and Sega accepted him. Right? And that doesn't mean go bombard Sega and be a pain in their ass either. I'm not saying that by any means. And I'm just saying, because that's not going to get you fucking anywhere, just like it has harassing Yong. And granted, I know some people don't take it as harassing, it's critiquing or whatever. But think when you keep getting messages by different people, it might be only one message that you've sent, but when you're getting plenty of other messages in your comments or in your private messages or notifications of some sort that you're terrible at this, that, and the other, or this could have been. It doesn't even need to be sort of harsh criticism. It just would get to a point where you're sick of fucking hearing the same shit again and again and again, right? So I'm sure you would block someone too if that was the case because you're sick of hearing about it. Have you ever done a post on Twitter or something about whatever, and then people all jump down your fucking throat, and then about like a week later, some cunt's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like respond to them," and then like before you know it, you're back into it again. Someone has responded something negatively on something that you wrote like 2 weeks or so down the track, and it's like, "Oh, dude, that was like so 2 weeks ago. I cannot be fucked arguing with you." You ever get to that point? Well, it'd be kind of like what it's like getting notifications after notifications of people going, "Oh, I don't like your voice acting. I like the other voice actor better." Like, what do you hope to achieve with that? It's not like Yong can do anything about it. He's there to do a job. He's doing it. But in saying that, it's way more than that. Like, he genuinely loves voice acting as Kiryu. I mean, you can see it. Like, he when he first got the role, he was so excited. He uploaded a video announcing that he was the English voice actor of Kiryu. And like I said, I just made a video saying I'm happy for him. Um, and I did say I don't understand why people are like harassing him, but people took it as just a little bit of criticism that is what I'm labeling as harassment, which is just absurd because that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking actual harassment. When I say harassment, I mean harassment. When I'm talking criticism, I'll fucking tell you that I'm talking about criticism, but I'm not. I'm talking about harassment. While I don't agree with you that it's good, the drama is out of proportion. YongYea would have fit the role had this been 20, 30 years old Kiryu. If he doesn't want to interact with people by blocking all the negative comments, that's fine. And plus, it's what we're told to do when we're being harassed online. Just block them. Easy. Yeah, exactly. Alright, like I said like 50 billion times. I can totally see why he would block people if you are just sick of seeing the same comments again and again and you have no power to do anything about it. You literally just applied for a voice acting role. That's it. It's literally like bitching to a McDonald's worker about the price of a hamburger, right? They're not in charge of the joint. It's sort of like, you're wearing a crew uniform. I can see you're the manager of this establishment. These prices are just far too high. It just kind of cracks me up that people go straight for the low hanging fruit and just be like, "Oh, this must be all your fault." It's just like, even as a manager, you have no power with shit. It's really down to the franchise owner, and in this case, it's Sega, and they don't really give a shit about what you have to say. They have their own reasons for hiring him, and choosing, because they would have had hundreds of auditions, and they chose him. And you don't have to agree with that, but you don't also have to have an ego thinking that you know better because you're a consumer and you've played their games. That doesn't give you development rights. That doesn't give you the right to bully and harass people. You're allowed to voice your critique, sure, but when that comes into being harassment, which I felt like I've said like so many times now, because I probably have, that is where your critique or constructive criticism turns into bullying and harassment. And like I said, it's not like Yong has any leverage. No, he isn't. Not after that stilted ass performance. I'm not even talking about Judgment. That one is worse than water torture. Oh, jeez, man. That's going a bit harsh, isn't it? I actually quite like Judgment. I'm still playing it. Once I've finished it, I'm totally gonna jump straight into like a dragon. So yeah, I played quite a bit of Yakuza Zero. That's another one. I might just start the whole series again from scratch, but I'm definitely going to purchase Like a Dragon. I actually love Yagami. He's fucking cool. Like, I actually really like playing as him. And Kaito-san and him are a fucking cool team. But I'm just going to go out and say, I don't know if I trust Kaito-san. Again, I'm still playing it, but I don't know if I really trust him. My instincts are kind of telling me not to, but yeah, you just got to see how the story pans out, I guess. I think this is the most grounded take I've seen so far. Thank you. You've shown me not everyone online has lost their minds over this. Well, thanks. Cheers for watching it. I really didn't expect many people to watch it. I'm grateful for the likes and the dislikes. So yeah, thanks everybody. It's been quite an eye opener to see how many people are really sort of. Everyone's passionate about it. I get it. Everyone's passionate. Some people like it, some people don't. But this, what I'm getting at is I'm fine with difference of opinion, but I'm not cool with going after a voice actor and constantly badgering them. It's not something that should be done by anybody, or going after a company and badgering them either. Like, Sega doesn't need to hear your shit, alright? They know what they're doing, they've been in the game probably long before you were born, a lot of you, and yeah, they've made some pretty kick ass content. Some of the stuff you might not like, but from my experiences, you don't have to like stuff that comes out. Not everything is going to be 100% to your delectation, okay? So yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate you stopping by. It's shit. Get your ears examined. Well, I disagree, but that's just me. I'm not going to say it again. All right? I'm just about exhausted at this point. You're entitled to your opinion. Right, move on. No. Just simple no. What do you mean? Like, no everything? Like, everything in the video is a no? Okay, I guess. Or is it number? Because NO with a decimal point is short for number. Could this be some kind of cryptic message? I'm getting all conspiratorial now. But yeah, thanks for your feedback there. People always find something to complain about on the internet. If Yong wasn't a YouTuber, nobody would care. Yeah, I thought that too. I really did think that. It seems like just because someone is a YouTuber, it gives them the illusion that they have a right to say what these people are to do in their daily lives, right up to the point of what career they should be doing or accepting. Um, I blame I blame social media culture for this. Probably due to like vlogging and shit like that, where people get a look in people's everyday lives, and everyone's such a critic now. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. It could be anything. Well, people just genuinely feel passionate about the last voice actor they reckon was a better fit, and that's fine too. But when you think about it, we get to comment on everything. Like, if someone does anything in life, we're so used to just commenting on it. Sometimes the best options are not to say anything at all with some things. Like I said, like if there's someone I can't stand, I don't go onto their social media and constantly bombard them or constantly go after them. I stay the hell away from them. I mind my own business. I don't like hearing about them, and I don't like talking to them, and I don't like, yeah, just stay away. Like, if you really don't like somebody, just stay away. And guess what? No drama. It's great. And yeah, same goes. It might not be that you just can't stand them. It might be that there's something that they do that you disagree with. And yeah, you're fine to have your own opinion, but it doesn't have to be constantly rammed down other people's throats, especially the person that has no leverage over the situation. They are literally just doing a voice acting job. By all means, make your own comments on your own social media platforms, make your own YouTube videos. There's nothing wrong with having your say about something. But where I draw the line is where you're going and fucking harassing people for just doing a job and that have no leverage over what the company's decisions are. They would have just played the game in Japanese and shut the fuck up. People have a person to attack so they can feel better about themselves by feeling like a hero. We haven't even got the full game yet to fully access his voice acting. Well, there you go. I couldn't agree fucking more, to be honest with you. It's, yeah, it just seems like everyone wants to be the last guy on the dog pile. As soon as one person on the internet's like, I don't like this person's whatever, then everyone just fucking jumps on it, and they've got to be that last person on the dog pile. His voice is not good for Kiryu. It just actually sounds bad. If no one complains, it will never get fixed. You just want everyone to accept mediocrity. Okay, bro. Yeah. Tell me what I want now. Okay? That's a good way to go. Tell me what I want. Tell me what the company wants. And I'm really sure Sega will give a shit. Okay? For starters, you don't know what I want. I've never stated what I want. All I said was that Yong Yea is Kiryu, and I'm happy for him. And during that video, I just stated I don't understand why there's so much harassment going on. And when I say harassment, again, I mean harassment, not fucking constructive criticism, because there's a bloody difference, isn't there? So, you just want everyone to accept mediocrity. Don't be so bloody stupid. Where do you get off telling me what I fucking want? And when it comes to fixing something, why fix something that's not broken? Next, I'm something of a voice actor myself. Hey, that's fucking cool. Finally, someone showing initiative and doing something creative instead of sitting on their ass eating Cheetos, calling everyone else a fucking loser. Lol. See, this person's got the right idea. They might not agree with what I'm saying, but at least they're having a good laugh about it. I aim to please, but not all of you bastards. Never cook again. I'm sorry, did I cook something? I I don't think I cooked anything. I can heat up noodles. I'm pretty good at that. I can't keep up with you youngins and your fucking new terminologies. Is that like cook as in like roast or something? Did you think my video was a roast? It wasn't a roast. At least it wasn't intended as that. So, sorry if you took it that way. I didn't understand the hate either because I just wanted an English dub. Then I got to his part in Like a Dragon and it hit me like a pile of bricks. Then I went on to Gaiden and got used to his Japanese voice. And when I played Infinite Wealth, I was thrown off hard. Now I'm playing the series from the beginning, starting with Yakuza 0. Yeah, I'm probably going to go play through starting with Yakuza 0. Even though I'm a wee way through Yakuza 0, I'm probably going to play again from the start and after I finish Judgment. So, well, that's fine. Obviously, you were taken out of the experience, and it's cool to voice your concern on that. But voicing it to the voice actor himself, that's another story altogether. Like I've said multiple times in this long ass video, he has no leverage, and Sega, I don't believe, will take on people's critique because they never asked to. They've been in the game for a while, they know what they want, and not everybody is going to agree with Sega's decisions, and that's fine. I just mean, in general, people can express their disapproval of something or their critique of something without personally attacking somebody or bombarding them with messages. And some people think, oh, well, I'll just send one message to Yong and be like, oh, that should be it. But like I've said earlier, think how many people have sent him messages, right? Some of them probably nicer than others. Some of them probably more offensive and a little more racist than others. I don't know. I haven't read them. But please take this into consideration before going, oh, he just blocks me for just saying one thing. It's not just one thing though, is it, when you keep getting the same sort of themed messages again and again? What's to understand? He sounds terrible. He is just using his normal speaking voice, to which we associate with Yong Yea and not with Kiryu. It's not that difficult to understand. Well, see, it is really, because I am a subscriber to Yong Yea's channel, and the voices do not sound the same. That is not his regular speaking voice. So, I've got no idea what the fuck you're talking about. And also, there's nothing fucking wrong with his voice acting. I don't understand why people are blowing this shit so far out of proportion. I'm curious whether, if Yong hadn't have said anything at all and the game just released, just how many people would have just taken the voice actor as is without knowing who the voice actor was. I would be very curious to have done that experiment, but it seems like as soon as people would have found out, they would have gone, not Yong, yeah, I have a personal fucking problem with that guy. And once again, granted, some people don't have a personal issue, they just prefer the other voice actor. I don't know why I have to keep fucking saying that. I guess probably because some people just don't get it. It takes me back to when RE4 released and people disliked Ada Wong's new voice actress so vocally that they bullied her out of the platform. You might not like the new voice actor's performances. Hell, even I personally think Yong could have done a way better job, but he ain't a bad voice actor, or think they are bad at handling criticism, which is pretty much disguised as harassment. But no one, absolutely no one, deserves as much shit as both Yong and that actress have gotten over it. But the internet is just too hostile to accept it. Yeah, you're damn right there, buddy. It's just like any little bit of a change, people just lose their fucking shit. It's just crazy. Just because these people have bought their games for a long period of time, doesn't give them any sort of ownership over the people that take part in creating these, and it doesn't give them creators' rights to dictate how or what should be in the game or out of the game. At the end of the day, it is up to the developers and not the voice actors or actresses, and certainly not just a bunch of random weirdos on the internet that are way too invested in what characters' voices should be where and what shouldn't be implemented into the game. Like, that is not your position to say that. These companies are going to make a product and you either choose to buy it or not. It's like you go to a shop, there's a product there, you decide whether you like it in that moment to buy it or you decide you don't. Now, if you don't want to buy it, that's no skin off their sack. They're going to fucking sell it to people that do want to buy it. Just because you boycott something, or a few of you clowns boycott something, it's not going to change that fact that there is still a market for this sort of thing. So, realistically, you can have an opinion all you like, you can critique all you like, but it really makes no difference anyhow. It's just what really gets me is just the sheer arrogance of these people that truly believe that their opinion is above everyone else's. And just the whole self entitlement. I couldn't imagine thinking that I, as a consumer, have a full say over what decisions these companies make. You people aren't the head of anything, so shut the fuck up. Either buy the product or don't. His voice for him sucks. Point blank, period. Again, that's your fucking opinion, bro. I'm tired of repeating myself. I see nothing wrong with YongYea's voice acting for Kiryu. In fact, I think it suits very well. The guy can voice act, alright? Otherwise, Sega wouldn't have hired him if they didn't think he was the right guy for the job. Regardless of what you think, regardless of what anyone else thinks that doesn't agree, at the end of the day, it is Sega's decision. And even if I disapproved, they wouldn't change their fucking mind. It doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what you say. I doubt Yong's even clicked on this fucking video, alright? I doubt Sega even gives a shit either. And why should they? Yes, we are consumers, but does that really mean that we have a hand in development? I don't remember you or I signing a contract for that. And also, not every game is going to be to your delectation, like I stated earlier. Okay, some games aren't made for everybody. In fact, if you try and make a game for everybody, what you end up with is eventually a game for nobody. You don't have to like his voice acting, you can switch it to Japanese. Seriously, what is wrong with these people? I've never seen so much hate on a fucking voice actor in my life, and you know what? That doesn't mean it's open for a friggin' competition. I don't want to see anyone else getting any bullshit from people, because they'll just end up blocked as well, by other voice actors or other actors, or musicians even as well. If you're gonna start dictating to people how they should be playing guitar, even though you've got no fucking idea how to do it yourself, or just insert other skill here that you don't have the skills for, that you are constructively critiquing on. Just critiquing. Just critiquing. Just my opinion that you didn't ask for. That's all. Much like this video that I'm going to bring to a close very soon, because it's fucking nearly an hour long, for fuck's sake. Who watches a video for this long? You have the patience of a saint, whether you like me or hate me. Right. We've got, finally, a valid video that can see both sides of the argument and doesn't necessarily crap on YongYea for the sake of it. Yep, that's what I'm about. I'm smack bang in the middle. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys, I really do. Even the ones that don't like me, okay? Again, it's just my word against yours. Don't take what I'm saying as this is the fucking way it has to be, you know? I don't... just say I'm full of shit or something, I don't care. They act as if the voice just ruins the whole franchise or a specific game, like how? Not only that they probably already hated Yong before the casting, it was mostly just YouTube drama of people left and right saying they hated Yong because he reviewed Cyberpunk in launch state, or he sponsored a really bad diet company without doing the proper research like Soylent. He has already regretted both of these and is being cautious of everything, and hated for being defensive of Death Stranding by Kojima. Death Stranding, I haven't played that one yet. I actually might have to pick that one up. As for Soylent, I don't think I heard about that. But, you know what? It doesn't matter. And Cyberpunk, I mean, that game was dog shit when it first came out. And I think that review of his still holds up, because that's unacceptable. You don't launch a half-developed game, okay? But that's a whole new kettle of fish. I ain't getting into that can of worms. Toxic content creators just don't like him. There are, like, so many videos mocking him, even on the thumbnail, insulting him and all that. Yeah, I notice people get really personal when it comes to this stuff. I get people are passionate about these characters and these games and things like that, but you don't have to lower yourself to the point of personally attacking somebody for the voice of a fucking video game character. Honestly, take a good fucking hard look in the mirror if you are somebody that does that. And fucking reevaluate your life if you are someone that is watching this video that does that shit. Guarantee you won't. Guarantee you've already left your negative comment and your thumbs down. You haven't even fucking watched the rest of it. Because self-reflection is just so hard. And the fact that this video goes for nearly over an hour. So thank you so much if you're still with us. Oh, almost forgot the last part of the comment. So yeah, it was just a bunch of haters who already hated him before the casting. I agree. I don't think it's all that bad, and even if it is, why should it matter so much that online bullying is your way of coping? Grow up and flip it to Japanese. Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. I hardly think anyone would have been able to really satisfy the role replacement for him, as people will always compare it to the original. That's right, they would. And it's sort of like, it's kind of like the voice of Mario for me. It was sort of like kind of a kick in the ass hearing someone else voice acting as Mario, because I'd grown up with Mario over the years, and I was there at when Mario 64 came out, and that was the first time ever hearing Mario's voice for me. So yeah, I mean, not that Mario's a very deep character, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like it was a bit of a culture shock because I've been with them for that long, and then they changed it. But shit happens, you know? Things evolve, things change. And I feel like we got to try and step back a little bit from stuff and not try and be in control as much, because you just can't control everything in life. And some things aren't going to go your way. And your characters are going to change. It's like just a fact of life, alright? These people need to learn that just because you consume something that doesn't give you developers' rights, which is why I like to encourage people to make their own content. Learn a little bit about game design, learn animation, learn music, just learn some creative skill. When you're consuming, you're not creating. And yeah, you might just like to consume, that's fine. But if you really do believe that you have the best of the best decisions for this company or for anyone else, um, and you want the best of the best for a game, then fucking do it yourself. Honestly, try it. Just give it a go. I'm not saying it's going to be like up there with something like Yakuza, but you could at least try. You might make something pretty fucking cool, right? So, instead of sitting in the cheap seats critiquing everyone else's shit, make the shit you want to see. Because literally anyone can be a critic. Okay? Anyone can say something negative about something. Anyone can say something positive about something. Sure, it works both ways, right? But where it really is the most impactful is that you can create something out of nothing. And that is the true power that we have as creators, as voice actors, as musicians, as actors, as animators, as indie game developers. I'm a huge encourager of independent game development. People need to get into game making. It's fucking fun. I haven't made anything that's of value that I'm comfortable selling as of yet, but I'm pretty comfortable that I have enough knowledge now to make something of value that people can enjoy, whether I give it away for free or whether I sell it. So, I will put that whenever I end up making it on YouTube at some stage, just to advertise it and stuff. But yeah, just honestly, you never know like what audience you might hit if you don't put something out there. And in my downtime when I'm not making videos or playing video games, I am creating stuff. I'm not saying throw away video games altogether. You obviously need inspiration and you need time to just chill, right? It's good to wind down playing a video game or wind yourself up, whatever the fuck. Point is, I'm just saying that I am always trying to improve my skills, always trying to improve that little bit of knowledge. Like with game design stuff, it's sort of like I couldn't have my characters moving on screen unless I learned myself how to do it. So all through high school, I just went and I fucking taught myself with Game Maker how to do the simplest of things. And yeah, it's only 2D. Yeah. Um, you want to critique that? Well, yeah, I urge you to try 3D stuff. Figure that shit out because that shit is hard. You'll probably ace it better than me. I hope you do ace it better than me. I hope you make games better than me. So you can have a successful career and make some fucking cool shit. I will buy your stuff if it is good enough. And yeah, this is why I encourage people. So get out there, learn to create something of value, and stop watching 40-minute long videos of someone standing up for a voice actor that's done nothing wrong, and stop bitching about shit. All right? I know that's ironic coming from me. I just bitched about all these comments for like over an hour. So yeah. But honestly, just give something a try. Just learn a new skill. I highly encourage it. Right, two more to go so far. I know it's been a long ride, but I thought I'd just do this rather than responding to everybody with typing and shit. This is the most punishing way of doing it, really. I personally think he's a giant hypocrite. He spends time criticizing other actors for not fitting the part, but now that he's receiving the brunt of the criticism for the same thing, he's offended. The clips he presented as examples of his voice acting as Kiryu was downright laughable. In the clip of him singing, you could hear the auto-tune having a hard time keeping him in tune. Of course, this is subjective, but for the people who enjoy English dubs, they shouldn't be forced to switch to Japanese because of an voice actor who's not performing their job satisfactorily. Well, again, that's down to perception. That's just how you perceive it. That's your opinion. And that's fine. Uh, but that doesn't warrant going onto someone's social media and bullying them now, does it? No. Um, so, yeah, I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm not saying that everyone here is doing that, but I have an inkling that at least one of you fuckers is doing that. And it's not okay. It should never be the answer. No matter who does the English dub, someone is going to have a problem with it. Alright? So to say that some people are going to be forced to switch to the Japanese instead of the English dub, that's going to happen if anyone that doesn't approve of even anyone that replaces YongYea, right? Hypothetically. God forbid that ever happens. I think he's fantastic and he does a great job of voice acting Kiryu. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. I got a little feeling that you might be wanting to disagree, going by your comments and the amount of dislikes on the video. But hey, I'm in it for the long game, son. Honestly, I don't hate it. I just feel it doesn't fit him. But I'm not going to throw a fit or insult him over it. Finally, we got someone that can control their emotions. So, yeah, that's great. Thank you guys for your comments. This shit has gone on way too long. I'm gonna go to bed. It is 1 in the morning. I haven't done any game design shit today, but tomorrow I shall. Maybe do some animation stuff. Just, try and up my skills a bit in different areas. You know what I mean? So, take care. It's a fucking mad world out there. Love you guys. I don't care if you have an opinion that is opposing mine. You're welcome to comment on this. But if you're just gonna, like, bombard me with insults and personal shit, then that's probably when I'm gonna dismiss you from the channel. Because no one wants to hear that shit. I guarantee if everyone did that on your channel, you wouldn't want to hear that either. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you.